probably just speed this video up the rest of the way. Okay, here's what I brought with me. I brought my heatsink in the plastic bag. I got a adjustable wrench, the screws for it, and the thing. So when I install this thing, I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be optimum because we don't have the heatsink compound on there. Okay, I've only got the heatsink compound on the secondary heatsink. Okay, all right. So let's get an accelerated video of me installing it. Okay, HadesOmega here. Welcome to the second hill climb with the new HadesOmegaSPEC Heatsink installed. Alright, so we're going to go check this, how warm the heatsink is. 80, 85, not hot at all. 90, 95, 96. Okay, so the controller has pretty much cooled down enough already. It's definitely not, it's not warm enough where it's going to burn me. It definitely wasn't when we came down, so I can already feel it. It's kind of getting warm already, so I think it's working. So. Okay, this side of the heatsink, we'll just get we'll try to get the two sides of the fins in the center, and then the actual heatsink for the BAC2000 right here, the main heatsink. So I'm going to call this main, primary, and there's a secondary heatsink here too, so we'll check that also. So 85, this is about 95, yeah, that's about how much it was when we came up. So I know you have to hold this thing at 90-degree angle or something. Yeah, about 90, 95. The bottom one, 87, 87, 82, 83. 87, yeah, so the heatsink is about 87 degrees. I can feel it, it's already working, it's already heating up. And the heatsink is, the main heatsink is about 90. So I think because we put the heatsink on, it's already cooling down much more, because it was 95 when we left last time. And we gave it a good break. Alright, so the important part is how hot does it get when we get to the top. So if you remember correctly, the flat part of the plate was 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And I could not put my hand on it for very long. I could touch it and then ouch, you know. The sides were about 120. The sides of the the main heatsink. Okay. Okay. So. All right, and then I will put the info on a subtitle, and I will type in all the stuff when we're done. Okay. So hopefully we can get a good clean run. I haven't seen any cars pass by in a minute, so I think we should get going. Alright, here we go, off we go. We start with 79 volts. 79 volts, 88%. Just like last time, wide open throttle. Wow, holy crap. That power is back, and it's awesome. 40 miles an hour going uphill. I can feel it, man. It's just tractoring up this. It seems like it's going faster than before. Oh! Manhole cover. 40 miles an hour. 44. I think the tire left the ground for a second. Wow, man, it's just really climbing up this bad boy. The question is, for how long? I'll let you know if I feel any power. If I feel any power loss. Okay, I'm gonna slow down here. Woo! Feel that power come on when I get wide open. $40 miles an hour. back dancing around. 35, 37, still got power. I'll roll off a little bit here. I feel like I might got a flat tire, man. The back is kind of like skipping around. Wow. Wow. A little bit of a wheelie there. Wow, dude, I can feel the tire kind of leave the ground a little bit. Wide open, wide open, wide open. It's still got a lot of power, man. 40 miles an hour. If I remember correctly, this is about where the control, no, it was right, yeah, right about here. A little bit further ahead is when the controller started cooling down. I mean, heating up. It's still going, man. Still going. And we got less voltage now than the last time too, and it's still chugging up here. Oh, I feel it. It's cooling. It's slowing down now. That's a pretty steep section, though. Ah, it's still got some power, dude. We're doing 35. I feel it's pulled some power back already, but we're doing 35 going up the hill still. It's not pulling anymore. It's at 30. Yeah, 35. It's keeping it around 35. So 5 miles an hour more than before. All right, I'm gonna let off here because I don't like to go fast around this corner. I don't want to wind up on my ass, you know. All right, wide open, wide open, wide open. And it feels like it's slowing down, but not. It feels a little faster than before, that's for sure. But it's still slowing down. You ain't gonna win any uphill races with this bike. Oh, it's still going, man. 35. I can feel it. There's still a good amount of power. Come on. Wide open, 37 miles an hour. 40. No, I'm pretty sure by the time we got up here last time, it was low on power. Whoa, this dude is in the middle of the thing, trying to do the climb. Stay close to the middle. All right, back off a little bit. All right, wide open, go, 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 go. Definitely the corners slow it down. 32. We're at 72 volts. 62% charge, wide open. It's more than that when we let go though. Okay, okay, this is the last stretch, man. Yeah, this is the last stretch. If you remember correctly, the last time we came up here, the bike was doing like 25 miles an hour. Oh, it's gonna flatten out. So we're gonna get some speed here in this flat section, and then we'll see how well it can handle the next so the steepest section is coming up, man. This is the one that we were doing 25 miles an hour. So we're gonna try to get some speed here. All right, go, 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 go. $42, wow. Holy shit. We're doing it. Woo! Man, if you remember correctly, we were doing 25 going up this before. Amazing. HadesOmegaSPEC Heatsink works. It's slowing down a little bit. We're doing 38, 37, 35. This, like I said, this is the steepest part, right? This is one of the steepest parts. It just kind of just goes up, straight up. But we're almost at the end, and we're 10 miles an hour faster than we were before. Remember, it was struggling going up this, and it's doing okay. It's doing 35 right now. We're going wide open, wide open. 33. Okay, I think it's starting to get hot now. Now we're at 30. We pretty much made it to the top already. Good job. Woo! Not bad. I like it. Cool. All right, I'm just gonna go back to our little rest area here. Okay, let's go see how hot. Wow, look at that fire. I didn't see that fire before. It's like somewhere near downtown. Okay, let's see how hot it is. We'll do the hand test. It's actually a little wind. No, it was windy the last time we came up here. Okay, heatsink test. Dude, it's cold. I can touch it. I can touch it. I can touch it. Secondary heatsink is getting a little warm. The primary, the main heatsink. Oh, it's hot, dude. It's really hot. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot where I like don't want. Yeah, it's hot. I don't want to hold it very long. But you know, like I said, it doesn't. I don't have the thermal heatsink compound, so this could be better. Like I said, but it's warm. It's warm now. It's definitely cooler than it was before, and you saw that up on the run. I remember on the sections, I could remember what sections the bike slowed down so much, you know. So I'm going to go get our little gun out, and we'll go get some laser temps before this thing cools down, because it's cooling down fast, dude. Okay. Heatsink is 97 degrees, I saw. Yeah, let's say 97. Secondary heatsink. Let's do the inner one. So secondary heatsink is 114. That's pretty hot. Why would it be so much? Why is the secondary so much hotter? Okay. 115 on the side. Yeah, 115 at the side. 102 on the heatsink. So you can kind of tell that the heatsink is starting to pull the heat away from the BAC controller's main heatsink. This one will be a little warmer because it's in the sun. 120. Yeah, 120. I wish I had like a data logger to data log the heat. I don't really know how to set that up on this bike. 90, 95, 90 something, 95, yeah. So the heatsink is about 95. I would say the controller is about, I was getting 115. I feel 115. It's about 5 degrees cooler. Yeah, it's about 5 degrees cooler. And but it's still pretty hot. It's pretty hot to the touch. It's not transferring the heat fast enough. There's a big difference between the heat here and heat here. It's about 115 here. It's about 95 here. That's about 15. That's about 20 degrees difference. It's still a lot, you know. It's not pulling the heat away very efficiently. Yeah, it's not pulling the heat away very efficiently, but I can feel it. It's getting warmer now. It definitely helps a whole lot. And if you get some more air over it, it'll help more. So that, or it's just obstructing the air. But I can see like there's a gap. Yeah, I can see a gap. So the heatsink isn't totally flat, unfortunately. So it's not transmitting the heat super well. But when we put the heatsink compound on here, it'll do the trick. It'll be more efficient. It'll shed heat better. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go get some quick pictures before we go down. And then, yeah, but I can tell you this, on the way up, it was about, let me see. It was about, we were hitting 25 going up that last time, right? And we were hitting like 35, maybe like 38, almost 40. We were about 10 miles an hour faster going up that than we were before. That's amazing. Just the difference the heatsink makes. So all that many hours of cutting and grinding and fitting and brazing has paid off, because I was able to get up here a little faster. Is what I'm gonna say. Yeah. So cool. So that's the end of the experiment right there, pretty much. And then I'm just gonna ride all the way down. I'm just gonna take it easy on the way down too. Oh yeah, how much charge do we got? We're at 74.8. We're about 70. We're about half charge. So if we ride home very carefully, we'll be able to make it home. So I'm pretty sure we'll make it home. The battery. Oh, this side is warm because it's in the sun. But dude, I'm telling you, this battery doesn't heat up at all. In fact, I have an app that can tell me how hot it is right now. I didn't check. The heatsink doesn't matter. The heatsink doesn't care, but I have the Xiaosheng app. Xiaosheng, yep, that's the one. 38.4 degrees Celsius. See, we could actually check that. I could have actually checked that out last time. I don't think it really matters though. So yeah, the battery temp is 38.4 degrees Celsius. I'll put that in Fahrenheit and the subtitle below. So I will watch my videos and then I will compile the data and I'll let you guys know. I may do a side-by-side video comparison too, so check that out. That'll be a separate video of each climb. I kind of tried to ride the bike the same every way. You know, I tried to slow down a little bit around some of the corners just to be safe. You know, because the bike is a lot faster than it used to be. You know. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get some pictures and head on down. It's great to be up here. It's nice and windy. It's really brown though. You can see all the smoke. There's a fire going on down there. The smoke is just all over the place. It's crazy. Alright, well, thanks for watching. That heatsink definitely did make a difference, and I think when we permanently install it with the heatsink compound, it'll be even better. So it'll take care of all that, you know, extra like pockets and stuff. Also, we need to clean the surface of the BAC2000 too. So it's kind of dirty. So that was like a dry test, okay? We can't really do a wet test because then it'll get all dirty coming up. So that's why we had to do the dry test. So, all right, HadesOmegaSPEC out. Thanks for watching. All right, HadesOmegaSPEC here. We're gonna go for a downhill ride. We're going for a downhill ride. I'm gonna do a little bit faster this time. But yeah, you saw the difference, man, between the heatsink and no heatsink, man. The HadesOmegaSPEC heatsink and the not HadesOmega heatsink, and it was a big difference. So now I don't have to conserve the power as much. Let's see how fast we can get here. Going about 40 going down here. There was a Mercedes that left down there earlier. I don't know if we can catch up, but doing like 43, 44, 45. Almost 50 here. We want to slow down. There's a corner coming up here. Yeah, slow down, slow down. Give it regen, give it regen. Woo! 50 miles an hour. All right, slow down, dude. Slow down. Oh! I lost the regen, man. I instinctively rolled off to slow down, man. I can't do that with this setup. It's dangerous, man. I don't like it. All right, wide open. 50. Woo! 55. All right, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Give it front brake. There we go. I had to give it some actual real brakes, man. 40 miles an hour. I'm trying not to kill myself here, okay? Woo! Ways to get up to speed fast on the downhill, that's for sure. Power is not an issue going downhill. It's even faster. It's even faster now with the 72-volt battery, dude. Oh, I hope you stop, man, because I'm coming pretty fast. I'm gonna brake hard here and turn it. I broke my chain here one time. Okay, I'm gonna slow down here because I don't like this turn. Man, the regen is just not as strong as it used to be. I don't know why. You never did catch up to that Mercedes. They must be hauling. Oh, never mind. There they are. All right, slow down a little bit here. Oh, it's a little scary to ride now, man, with all the extra power. All right, this is a really steep section here. You want to slow down a lot right here. Give it a front brake, give it a front brake. Okay. I caught up to that Mercedes. He had a few seconds head start. All right, I guess we gotta take it easy because they're going. It's not a Mercedes. Is it? Is it? Yeah, it is a Mercedes. It's an Uber car, or it's a Lyft car. It's got Lyft stickers on it. Oh, we caught up to the Jeep. Okay, I think that's the end of the fun right there. 50 miles an hour, 51, 52, 53, 55. Whoa! Let's slow down. Hey, I'm keeping up with these guys. These guys must be going pretty fast, dude. We're doing 50 right now. HadesOmega does not condone 60. HadesOmega does not condone braking speed limits. Yeah, it looks like 60 is about as fast as we'll get. Mind you, we weren't at full charge also, by the way. We're like probably half the battery is dead. Oh, the regen's not enough to slow it down. Regen's not enough to slow it down. Oh, no! Oh my god, dude. I'll tell you this, man. To slow it down from like 50 miles an hour is a lot, man. I had to use all the brakes, man. I was like, well, it's not slowing down fast enough. Okay, alright, let's make out. Alright, hey, so I'm back home. Just to give you an idea of what kind of range we got going up doing that crazy stuff. We rode a total of 21.6 miles. So that was a good amount of riding, dude. 21.6 miles. We're at 71.8 volts, or 60% according to this, or it says like it's 40%, I guess, is what the battery meter on the NXT says. I feel we should probably set this to 60 volts instead for the low voltage. Yeah, I think that's what this is set to. But anyway, we're at 72 volts. We still could probably go. We could probably go another like 10 miles or something. And mind you, we were ripping it. We were going fast too, so it still gets pretty good range even though you're ripping it. All right, HadesOmega. All right, HadesOmega here. So I just wanted to make a quick video after we got back from our ride. Let me open the garage door so we can get some light in here. But yeah, I'm touching the heatsink and it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. It's not enough where like, you know, it's not hot enough where like, you know, it's hot. I don't want to touch it, but it's definitely warm. This bracket at the top, actually, it's a little bit warm too. I think that's probably just the convection for that. But to measure the heat from the fins is kind of, it should be cooler from the fins. I did put my finger between on the plate, the main heatsink plate on the bottom, the base of the heatsink, and it is definitely warmer. So we should have got the heat from there, but from here it feels much cooler. So these fins are actually doing a good job of taking the heat away, and the controller is not that hot. But I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes. So the secondary heatsink, the little heatsink on the bottom that's on the back, it actually doesn't get that warm at all. So I'm hoping it helps. I'd like to think it does. But definitely the main heatsink is doing a good job of cooling it down. Yeah. Good job, all that hard work, man. It's definitely sucking the heat out of the controller, you know. Yeah. So I feel that the BAC2000 controller should have already came with something like this, you know. That little flat plate is not a very good heatsink, okay? It's just a flat plate of thing. You know, it would be better if you made a heatsink out of copper, you know. Copper conducts heat much better than aluminum, but it's more expensive and it corrodes. That would be one reason you won't want to use copper, especially on a bike. So I think aluminum is still the best material to use. Now, instead of using a heatsink compound, there's a number of things you could use, and copper is one of them. If you could sandwich like a sheet of copper between both of these, both of the heat sinks, that would help transmit the heat better. So one thing you could do to cool it a little bit is take a little spray bottle with you, and then if you feel like it's getting hot, just stop and spray it with water, and then that should help cool it down a lot better too. So, and the BAC2000 is pretty water resistant, so should be able to handle it. So definitely that will work a lot better, especially since we're pushing more power through it. Awesome. I cannot believe it how big a difference that made. It made a big difference. I mean, it's not like I couldn't believe. I knew it would make a difference. It's just, the question is like, yeah, dude, I could feel it. It felt much faster than it did before. And we were ripping it down the street there at 60 miles an hour. Shh, don't tell anybody. So, it's definitely much better than it was before. But, however, I think, if you want a better controller, I think the BAC4000 has better heat dissipation because it's just bigger. It's got more meat to it, you know. It's got more was it MOSFETs or whatever? You can handle more power. So I felt like, the BAC2000 is not a good suited controller for the Suran. Maybe for like a weaker bike, but the Suran, it's too much for it to handle. Like, you're not gonna be able to extract its maximum potential. But it is faster than the stock Suran, so I mean, hey, that's got to tell you something, right? It's faster than the stock Suran, definitely. All right, HadesOmegaSPEC out.